Gentlemen, today I'm going to be doing a review of Cuba Gold Eau de Toilette here on Big Pretty Man. Hi gentlemen, and welcome back to Big Pretty Man, the channel for the extra large man who wants to live his life large and in charge. I'm your host, Timothy Big Pretty Crowe. I'm a wardrobe and lifestyle consultant for the extra large man. Well, gentlemen, as you can see, I'm sitting here this evening and I'm enjoying a nice glass of sweet red wine. You know, anytime that I sit around and drink red wine in the evening, it often reminds me of back in my 30s when I would go into my favorite lounge and I would have a nice glass of red wine and a cigar. And even though a lot of people talk about the combination of brandy and cigars, I'm here to tell you that a combination of the taste of a sweet red wine and a cigar just creates a feast for the palate. I would highly recommend it, but I don't recommend smoking. But anyway, one of the things I always did enjoy about a cigar was the actual smell of the cigar itself. Not when it was lit. I actually find the smell of a cigar be quite repugnant. But the smell of the fresh cigar when it comes out of the tube, you take that good scent and you get that warm, rich tobacco smell with a kind of a vanilla flavor to it. It's just a very warm, rich, and very mestizo, masculine kind of scent. So, and I always wish that I've thought in the past that'd make a good cologne. Well, little did I know that they make a cologne, fashioned after the smell of a pre-smoked cigar, and that would be Cuba Gold. Now, Cuba Gold is put out by a company called Parfum De Champs. And it's been around, the Cuban cigar brand of colognes have been around since about 1979. And over time, they've come up with different combinations. You have the Cuba orange, the Cuba red, the Cuba purple, a bunch of different combos. However, most will tell you that the Cuba Gold is one of the better ones and the more popular ones. It's actually a very inexpensive cologne. You can actually find it online. You can find it for maybe $16. However, if you know where to look, some of the department stores, I know that Ross is one of them. If you have a Ross in the area, you can get them as low as like $6 or $7. Yeah, so but even despite its price, has a very nice fragrance. And a lot of people compare this fragrance to Jean-Paul Gaultier's La Malle, and which is much more expensive. You're talking about around $100 a bottle, maybe 78 or so when on sale. But very very expensive and a very well known cologne. A lot of people feel that Cuba Gold has a similar scent. Interestingly to me, I've tried this out, for a little while. I actually like the scent of this better than La Malle. I've never been a big La Malle fan. Interesting, I guess. So let's go ahead and look at the packaging and the bottle. I know everybody seems to like that. To me, it never makes any difference. I'm more interested in the cologne, but hey, I get something aesthetically pleasing always works for a product. So, actually, Cuba Gold comes in this very cutesy cylindrical box. Very similar to hearkening to a cigar tube. And it's nice, gold top. It's got with the logo on the front, kind of a lightish mottled golden brown. And if you take it out, the bottle itself, they give you more cutesy, and it's made to look like a cigar. Looks like a big cigar. So yeah, the bottle, it's actually a rather thick glass. It's got the ribbon, of course, just like you would have with a cigar, with the logo. The bottle itself has kind of a mottled, almost like tobacco leaf rough feel to it. kind of marbled feel. If you pull off the lid, then it's got an atomizer. Not the best atomizer in the world, but as you can see, it gives a fairly good spray, a rather strong stream. So with a bit of mist. Overall, I think it is, even though it's a bit of a novelty, bottle, I like it. I think it's kind of cool. It looks kind of cool. Like I said, it looks like some, that would be a big cigar. So anyway, let's go over some of the notes to this, and I find them very interesting. Its top notes are pink pepper and grapefruit, which that's an interesting combination. That should give it a bit of bite and citrus. Now the mid notes are lavender and vetiver, and vetiver is kind of a sorghum based from the sorghum family type of plant, and actually does give kind of a rich, almost syrupy type of smell, or a lot like sorghum. So it's a definitely very woody, kind of a woody, sappy type of smell. Best way I can describe it. Now, in the base notes, which once again the base notes are the ones to really pay attention to, and I didn't need to read this. It's vanilla, amber, and tonka bean, and boy does that come through in my opinion. So let's go ahead. It kind of, which that vanilla scent with the tonka bean, that would give a good combination to give us similar to a cigar smell. And interestingly, there's no tobacco in there. Ironic, isn't it? So anyway, let's go ahead and give it a set. Now, earlier, as I did before with the Quorum, I sprayed some on this hand, on the back of this hand, and about 45 minutes, almost an hour ago, to kind of allow it to air out, so I could get more of the base, the more settled fragrance that you would get throughout the day. And on this hand, we're going to try out some of the initial top notes. So let's go ahead and give it a spray. Not a very strong atomizer. There we go. Kind of air that out. It's a very pleasing smell. It's kind of soft. It's not too intense. Very pleasing though. Now, so let's go ahead and give it a good heat whiff. That's very nice. It's even direct with these top notes. It's not overpowering. It's not like jerk your head back. It's not intense. It's a very soft smell, and I like that. I'm definitely picking up that grapefruit and the spiciness of the red pepper. Though that's an interesting combo. It's almost like a spicy grapefruit. I'm also catching that lavender. That lavender's really coming through, and with these top notes. But you know what? When it's going to be one of my criticisms is that it's already kind of starting to fade, even that quick. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm also catching that the woodsy smell combined with the lavender, which gives a kind of a powdery smell. And, but with that grapefruit and and pink pepper. Yeah, that's it's good, but it's not horribly strong. Like I said, it actually is smelling now to me like it's already been on me for like an hour or two. Now let's go to the more settled scent, the older scent, to see if I can catch a little more of the what's going to be the more presence through the day. You know what? I'm barely catching it on this end, but what I am catching is the vanilla. And even with this one now, it seems starting to settle. That vanilla dominates. It works really well with that lavender, and I'm definitely catching the overriding smell of vanilla and lavender mixed in. And
And yes, that tonka bean. You know, that tonka bean is giving a richness to it, kind of almost like a coffee-ish type of smell that's combining really well with the vanilla. And I'm also catching that amber. You know, once again, amber is a very masculine scent, and overall, even though it's vanilla-y, very vanilla-y, you know, it is very much. It is, you know, that the amber, you know, and the velvetier is definitely causing it to give it a much more masculine, woody smell. So it's overall, it's a lavender. It's a very vanilla-y, lavendery, woodsy, kind of resiny, woodsy scent. And yes, with kind of a rich, almost like coffee-like smell to those beans that are under it. So overall, yes, initially when you smell it, when you first put it on, it does smell like when you're smelling a cigar. I mean, they've really duplicated that nice, they've captured that scent very well with this. Now, even in this test, there's going to be my one big criticism of this fragrance is that it doesn't seem to have much longevity, at least not on my pH, and it also, you know, it doesn't seem to pervade. This is not a strong cologne. This is not one to go out and grab somebody's nose. You know, this is not one that's going to get a lot of big recognition. It's far from a powerhouse. You know, this is a very gentle, subtle, more of a subtle smell, subtle scent. And sometimes you want that. You know, sometimes you want to, you know, you want a fragrance to really have a louder presence. You know, but sometimes, you know, you want it more as an afterthought, something a little more subtle, something, you know, a little more up close and personal. You know, so it really matters what you're looking for. But, you know, if you're looking for something that with a big projection, it's not going to be this cologne. You know, it's just not. This is much of a softer scent, though it's a very masculine but softer fragrance, and I kind of like that. This is one that you know. Another thing is its longevity. Has horrible longevity. As I said, you saw me spray it right on there. Within three sniffs, it started to weaken already. It could be just my pH, but you know, it's just not that it's just not that strong. You know, and on this hand, you know, I put it on initially. You know, it started to fade, and on this hand, I can barely smell it, and I only put it on like an hour ago. So really, in my experience, the projection is just really not good. However, I have noticed, like, when I've worn it the last week, and I thought the same thing. I'm like, I don't smell this thing at all. But through the day, every now and then, I would catch a subtle smell of it, and you know, it almost like it's affecting a new personal scent, you know, to your own body scent. It's kind of mixing with that. So I think that for subtlety, it actually is a good fragrance. This fragrance is great. I just have a problem with its projection, and its longevity is just not very good. Now, other people I have a very strong pH balance. I have a very, you know, so, and a lot of colognes don't last long on me. So this actually could last longer on you. Now, it'd go all on your body chemistry. But for me, you know, I do like it. It's something that I would just almost wear almost like a body spray. And I think that would be nice, you know, perhaps when, you know, so, you know, but as far as like a powerhouse cologne or something intense, something I really want to pervade the room, it's not this. This is really nice. You know, I'm sitting here and I am enjoying the scent of it. But, you know, it's not a strong cologne. Now, you know, what age could people wear this? Well, actually, I think that this could probably be worn by just about a person of any age. I think that this would, a man in his, because of that vanilla and the amber, you know, and the kind of the sweetness of it, and the light powderiness to it, I think that this is almost a universal scent. I think that people could A man in his 20s could wear this. A man in his 30s could wear this. An older gentleman, of course, could get away with this because, and it would really suit a man probably 30 up. A 20-year-old, teen or 20-year-old, this may be a slight bit too mature, but I could see it. But a man 30 and above would do great with Cuba Gold. Now, what seasonal would I wear this in? Well, this is, due to the strong vanilla in it, the vanilla in it, which can be a little bit of a cloying scent, even if it's light. I would say that this is, because it is so subtle, I would say that this is definitely a more of a autumn and winter cologne. But I could see it as spring and a little bit summer. I don't think this would do very well as a summer cologne. Yeah, I think it'd be a little too heavy. But I think it would be perfect for sitting by the fire with some friends. Type of at the bar type of cologne. It is a nice subtle smell. So I think that would work that well. Overall, I would say of the scent, it does give you, that old Cuban feel. I feel like I'm like Ricky Ricardo and his club. This would be Ricky Ricardo's cologne from I Love Lucy. That's definitely this. I can see this being Ricky's smell, Desi Arnaz. So you do get that kind of exotic scent to it. That the vanilla and the tonka and the lavender, it's kind of soft and powdery, but at the same time with the peppers, and the citrus, it kind of makes it, and the amber, it really does make it kind of a masculine, a soft but masculine scent, not feminine. I've heard that some women like to wear this, and I can almost see that, but I think it is still a very masculine smell, a very masculine scent, and it this would be a good one for your vacation, especially if you're going to one of the Latin countries. I think that this makes you think of the Latin countries. Maybe it's a prejudice, I don't know, but this is a cologne I'd want to dance a salsa in. So I do recommend it. Just remember, its longevity and projection is not very good. Well, that's all I've got on Cuba Gold. I do recommend it. I think that it does have a very nice and pleasing scent. The vanilla, tonka bean, and lavender scent. It's a very soft smell, but yet a very masculine scent. And I think that's a rare combination. Once again, watch for the projection. This is more of a close-up body spray type of cologne. But go out and give it a try. And be sure to get yourself a nice glass of red wine, maybe a nice cigar, and while you do it, you stay pretty.